Hi, guys, and welcome to Classic Television Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Today's video is on The Cosby Show. Now, let's separate reality from fiction. It's about The Cosby Show. It's not about Bill Cosby or anything he's been through. I don't want to talk about that. This is about The Cosby Show. And some pretty cool behind-the-scenes stuff. Let's take a look. Huxtables, the limousine driver. In Bill Cosby's original pitch, he played a limousine driver, and Claire was a union plumber. Camille Cosby told her husband that she thought the TV couple should be more representative of their own family, two white-collar professional parents. When executive producer Marcy Carsey sided with Camille, Cosby capitulated and made the patriarch a doctor and Claire an attorney. Another one of Cosby's early visions of the show was for Claire to be Dominican, and to have her revert to her native Spanish whenever she was frustrated. He pictured it as a reverse I Love Lucy scenario, where the audience always knew when Ricky Ricardo was reached his limit. Felicia Rashad's stare helped her get her the role. Of all actresses who auditioned for the role, Claire, Felicia Rashad, caught Cosby's eye because of the way she argued with Theo during the screen test. Unlike the previous candidates, she didn't wag her head, and she didn't place her hand on her hip. Instead, she simply stopped speaking and gave Theo a look, and her eyes said enough to frighten any child into submission. Cosby knew immediately that Felicia was Claire. Cosby worried about the studio audience's reaction to the pilot. The pilot was filmed in front of a live audience, and even though there were plenty of laughs were expected, Cosby was worried that the audience wasn't embracing his overall vision of the series. In the scene where Theo is defending the D on his report card, he earnestly tells his dad, "If you weren't a doctor, and I wouldn't love you any less because you're my dad. So rather than feeling disappointed because I'm not like you, maybe you should accept who I am and love me anyway because I'm your son." What concerned Cosby about the scene was a spontaneous applause from the audience after Theo's speech. Luckily, the audience reacted even more enthusiastically when he replied with complete conviction, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life." There were originally only 4 Huxtable children. At one point in the pilot, Claire asked, "Why did we have 4 children?" He responds, because we didn't have 5. Originally, Denise was the oldest, and then followed by Theo, Vanessa, and Rudy. Once the series was poised to become a hit, Bill Cosby decided to add an additional older child, one who was away at college and was an example of successful parenting. Enter Princeton student Sandra, the oldest Huxtable child. In real life, Sandra couldn't have been Claire's daughter. Sabrina LaBeouf, the actress who played Sandra, is only 10 years younger than her TV mom. She won the role over such staunch competitors as Whitney Houston and future Miss America Suzette Charles. She impressed Cosby partly because she had recently graduated from a prestigious university, Yale, just like the character he had in mind. Italians couldn't pronounce Huxtable. Cosby's show not only topped the rating charts at home, but it was also a hit internationally, albeit with some minor tweaks made for non-U.S. audiences. For example, in Italy, the surname Huxtable proved to be impossible to pronounce, so the family's name was changed and the show was titled I, Robinson, the Robinsons in Italy. So why Robinson instead of, say, Smith or Jones? The name was chosen in honor of Jackie Robinson, the first African-American to play in a Major League Baseball game. Theo was supposed to be taller. Casting called for Theo to be 6'2" and 15 years old. Malcolm Jamal Warner, however, was 13 and 5'5". Nevertheless, he landed an interview on the last day of auditions were held. According to Warner, he read the Monopoly money scene with Cosby like a traditional TV brat. Hand on hip, eyes rolled, real smart aleck. Everyone in the room was laughing, except for Cosby. He asked the young actor if he'd act like that with his real father. With that advice in mind, Warner read the part a second time and nailed it. Vanessa's early college enrollment was written in so Tempest Bledsoe could go to actual college. Season 7 begins with a back-to-school episode where Cliff and Claire happily usher their brood out the door, morning after summer vacation ended. But why was Vanessa carrying a suitcase instead of a trapper-keeper? It's revealed that Vanessa attended summer school so she could graduate a year early. was now bound for Lincoln College in Pennsylvania. Sudden change in Vanessa's story arc was due to Tempest Bledsoe's desire to get her degree and Cosby's determination to help her however possible. Grandpa Huxtable was a very accomplished thespian. Russell Huxtable would always be relied upon to recite Shakespeare at length when sage advice was required. These scenes were tailored specifically for Earl Hyman, who played Cliff's dad. From the age of 13, he devoured classic red literature and stage plays. He developed a particular fondness for the work of Henrik Ibsen, and he eventually spent enough time in Norway to become fluent in Norwegian and was awarded the prestigious Medal of St. Olav for his stage work there. Some of Bill's TV family members were named after real-life family members. Bill Cosby incorporated many names from his own real life into the sitcom's relatives. He married Camille Olivia Hanks. In the show, Claire Huxtable's maiden name was Hanks. Denise's precocious stepdaughter was named Olivia. His mother's name was Anna, just like his TV mom. His younger brother, Russell, lent his name to the Huxtable granddad. Who was the real Gordon Gartrell? Even today, when Malcolm Jamal Warner attends a formal event, there's always one wise guy who'll ask him if he's wearing a Gordon Gartrell. Theo's lopsided yellow satin shirt with the two-tone pockets has become inevitably entwined with garish, ill-fitting courture. The original garment recently got a nod in the episode of Suburgatory when George and Noah were sifting through boxes of old clothes in the attic. Are you kidding me? It's a Gordon Gartrell. Keep. Nude photos helped send Denise to Hillman College. Denise was a wild child among the Huxtables. She always wore the craziest fashions and dated boys her father couldn't stand. Lisa Bonet sometimes tried Cosby's patient even more than her character did. She was often late for tapings or sometimes didn't bother to show up at all. Turning point for both actress and character came in '86 when 19-year-old Bonet spent her hiatus co-starring in Angel Heart, a movie that had to edit many scenes in order to avoid an X rating. Topless photos of her were being leaked in the media to promote the film, and Cosby had her much younger TV siblings to consider. Denise was the most popular Huxtable according to fan mail, so Cosby solved the problem by spitting her off into a different world, a series set at Hillman College. Peter's horrible stage fright caused his awkwardness. As a rule, stage fright would be a kibosh on any child actor's career, but Cosby decided to capitalize on it in the case of Peter Costa. Costa had trouble reciting his lines due to a red light fever once the camera started rolling, but Cosby cast him as Rudy's playmate Peter, who lived across the street. He rarely spoke to anyone, especially adults. Rudy always understood him, much like regular kids do with friends that confound their parents. There you go. I love the Cosby Show. Like I said, reality over here, fantasy over here, and the Cosby Show is great. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget about classic rock and country music facts and trivia. If you don't know whether, please subscribe. Have a great day. God bless you, and I'll be praying for you.